Hello and welcome to Parables in Ink, the technique section, and I'd like to go over the line drawing that started this out. So we have the final piece here, and here we have the original line drawing. Now the line drawing was done in pencil on some cheap paper, but it was done to full size. And you can see that there's not nearly as much detail over here in certain places as there are in the final line drawing. I even elaborated on a few things like the coins, and I actually changed this. This was supposed to be a kind of mist, and this said buy more instead of buy, buy, buy. And I changed that a little bit in the final product. But what the line drawing does is give me a final structure to work off of. So all of these pieces start out as little tiny sketches and an overall sketch. And then that sketch is taken and then I do a larger drawing. You'll see that there's some extra line work here where I was kind of getting the feel for the shape and the size of the door, and then kind of went over this a little bit more, and you can see all of the different circles that I wrote, and I kind of elaborated on these little bubbles and these little shapes over here a little bit more. But all in all, this is the final size. I don't really change much of the size. Little things like the ear, you can see I was working out. But what I did was I took a piece of paper So I took a graphite stick, you can see right here, and what I did was I drew on the back of a piece of paper, very simply, and made my own transfer sheet. Now I did this on a separate piece of paper and then laid that underneath here, and then I drew over top of it, which why you can see these lines are very dark around the edges, and I just basically gave myself some landmarks on the sheet below. And then when I pulled the sheet away, there were some faint lines here that I could use as guides and do my final line drawing. And what I do is I tape my final line drawing above my board so that I can flip it back and forth and get an idea of some of the other details in the page while I'm doing an ink drawing. Now you don't see me do this in the video because I actually cut that out, but that is a technique that you can use to do a final line drawing and transfer it to your final piece. Well, that's the technique section. Thank you for watching Parables in Ink, and stay tuned for more videos.